What's going on, guys? This is Rumblestiltzkin. I got some more stuff to show you guys. I thought these came today, so I thought, what the heck, I'll make another video of this. But here's the story. My computer right now sucks. I hate it. It's an old computer that I built about 5-6 years ago. It's got, like one of the first dual-core processors out there. Not very much RAM. Everything in it's crap. So I thought I'm going to start to upgrade it. So what I've got here, this is the new 8-core processor by AMD, the FX8320. This thing's going to be pretty sweet. If you read that, if you can. And I apologize about the lighting. I'm doing this late at night and not the best lighting that I have. There we go. Experience supercharged responsive gameplay and mega multitasking performance. Hell yeah, that sounds great. So I'm going to kind of be building a computer. This isn't a totally informational tutorial of how to build a computer. I just thought, I'd kind of just make a video as I went. So if you have any other questions that I don't answer, go ahead and just leave a comment down below. I'll try to answer as many questions as I have. I'll let you guys know how this works. I also have a new motherboard to fit the new processor. Went with an Asus board. Now it says it's Windows 8 ready, which I made the mistake and I'm on Windows 8. Terrible mistake. I should have just stuck with Windows 7, but you know me, I like to buy new stuff and try out new things. Pretty much the whole reason why I bought this thing, the Avenger controller, just to buy it and try it out, let you guys know how it works. But so I like to try new things. I went with Windows 8. I shouldn't have, but you live and you learn. I'm in it for better or for worse now. So let me just kind of open this box and show you what this thing looks like. I'll have to pull this out. Give me a second here. I need to do some editing here. Alright, here's the motherboard I went with. It's pretty sweet looking to me. It looks like it'll suit my needs for a while. It's the Asus, if you guys are interested, Asus M5A99X Evo R2.0. So what I liked about this is it didn't have any fans on the motherboard. You can probably hear my computer in the background right now just whizzing away. It's backing up all my stuff as much as it can, but it's got to back up about 300 gigabytes of gameplay, so I'm probably just gonna scrap it and start over with some new gameplay on this new bad boy. So that's the motherboard for you. Let's open up the processor and we'll see what that looks like. I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be that impressive, but it's pretty sweet. I don't know if you guys have bought processors before, but this came in a metal can. It's kind of cool. I've never seen that before, but now this is weird. That's actually the processor right there on the edge of the box. It's always made me a little nervous that they do that. Sorry about the lighting again. Like I said, I'm improvising here. I've always been surprised that they put the processor right there on the edge of the box, but that's it. A little sticker if I want to put it on there. This is the socket AM3 Plus, if anyone's interested. That's the kind of motherboard you would need to buy, is an AM3 Plus motherboard. Check all the specs. I bought this stuff off Newegg, Newegg.com. They're pretty sweet. I ordered this 2 days ago and I got it 2 days later. So yeah, this was 170 bucks. So to put that in perspective, my first dual-core processor back in the day, like 5 years ago, that cost like 460 bucks. So technology is definitely getting cheaper. It's definitely time for an upgrade for me. Now this is going to be hard to get out. Position that up there for you. This is just the heat sink, the CPU heat sink. I'm just going to roll with the stock heat sink for now. Probably upgrade it a little bit later. These are the main components to the computer. So these are these are hard to upgrade, so I'm going to definitely just plan on reinstalling Windows, everything. This is a 64-bit processor, which, you know, I'm just running on 32-bit right now. So with the 64-bit processor, things should be a little bit better. That's about that. You know, I'll show you guys how to put this all in a little bit later. So yeah, one thing about the motherboard is when you can actually basically build your computer outside of the tower, and you can even boot it up and test it before you fully install it. You want to rest the motherboard like on the box, like this. You don't want to rest it. You don't want to rest it on this plastic bag that it came through or came with, because it's a conductive material actually on the outside of that bag. So you don't want to get that on your new motherboard. So, all right, let's get into it. Basically, I can install the processor right now. I'll show you guys how that goes in. There's a little lever right here. You want to flip it up, and hopefully I can do this here without dropping it on camera. That'd be silly. Alrighty, so you want to be careful and not touch any of the pins. But you'll notice this one's a little bit different than the ones than I've used before, but there's a little gold tip on the corner there, and that lines up with, there's another little filled in arrow on the corner of this one, so that should be how you line it up. I always just like to visually check, make sure the pins, there's those 4 gaps in the pins, make sure they line up with the 4 gaps in this. And it's, you know, sorry, it's a dark colored motherboard here, so hopefully it'll work. Maybe let's try this. Yeah, there we go. That might help a little bit. So I'm just gonna carefully drop this in, not drop, but set. And you want to be really careful. You don't want to. It should just drop right in, just like that. So that's pretty much all there is to that. That's the first step. Then you obviously want to close that lever back. The next thing you can do while it's out of the box or out of the tower still is you can install this heatsink. Let's take a quick little look here at it. Now there is some thermal grease on this thing that's good. You know, like I said, I'm just gonna roll with the stock right now. You might want to put some other stuff on there later to help with the heat reduction, but now let's see. I don't think it matters which way I put it on, if it goes this way or that way. I've built 8 computers before and they all work, so I guess I haven't screwed it up yet. So I'm just gonna get down here and drop this in again. Just carefully, slowly put it on top. These little things on the sides clamp over a little hook, and it's an awkward angle for me, sorry. So I got that side hooked, and I'll be editing this. Fuck. Now that side's hooked. That was a little bit trickier than I thought it would be. Now you want to pull this lever over. Alright, fuck it, let's try this again. Let's try this bitch again. Flippin' fuck. Alright, I had to pull that off. I kind of lost some of the thermal grease. You can see it's on the processor now. That's fine, that's what you want. I'm gonna try this again this way. See if it works a little bit better that way. Looking like a noob. You know what? This thing is kind of a bitch. Okay. Alright, there we go. So now I've got both sides clamped on. Now what you need to do is you need to flip this lever over, and that presses it, forces it down tighter. There we go. Now we're locked in place. Took me a couple tries there, but now we're good to go. I mean, processor and heatsink, CPU heatsink are installed. We're ready for the next step.